Hello, my Archer and Olive friends. May Flom here, brand ambassador. And today we are delving into a topic that I touched on when I'm low energy or when I'm just trying to come up with something, which is leaving notes to myself. And you guys had a lot of comments about that. So I'm back and we're going to devote this entire video to what I call leaving notes for myself in my notebook. Now, we can do this as an entire book. So I could make an entire notebook full of affirmations, notes to myself, notes to my future self. We could do one where it's prompts, where we leave ourselves space and we make prompts to come back and fill in at a later time. We could also just put little notes here and there within an art journal or absolutely anything you want to do. If you want to leave yourself a note, maybe you record all the books you read and you want to leave yourself a note, go right ahead. However it works for you. I like to have a dedicated space for this because when I am super high energy and super strong, I am going to want to go in there and leave myself, upbeat or like, you got it, girl, or let's go get this kind of messages. When I am down, I am going to want to look at them, or if I'm feeling uninspired, if I'm feeling blocked, if I'm having issues, I'm going to want to go there. And for those of you who like a lot of organization, remember, you could do separate ones. So you could have a prompt book. You could make your own journal full of prompts for yourself to later fill. You could make one full of quotes, favorite movie quotes, book quotes, song lyrics. You could make yourself one that is all just notes from today or things that were good from today, and then leave all of those notes and then refer back to them. Your possibilities are pretty much endless. First place I want to start here in my journal is that you not fear the mess. Don't be afraid of the ugly. Don't worry about the mistakes, because remember, future you coming back to look on this, trying to get a boost, might be boosted by how far they've come with their art, with their craft. They may also just really enjoy seeing the pure, just delight of not caring and just make the thing you want to make with the way you want to make it. And don't worry about the outcome. This is not a fashion show, right? This is not a prize for who had the prettiest. It should inspire you in whatever way that is. And you know what? If making something a little funky or intentionally ugly or super messy, embrace and say yes to that mess. If something doesn't work, play around with it. See if you can fix it. Use this space, at least I do, to not only leave my future self notes, but I also like to give my current self permission to just play. Whatever thought it is that pops in my head, whatever way it is I feel like I want to leave something joyful for my future self. Those notes, they're not just in the words I leave, but in the art I make and the way I share them with myself. I'm a messy person. I rein it in and I do like order. I really do. But a lot of me is chaos and mess and just totally feral and unhinged. And you know what? Sometimes I need to say yes to that more often. And future me will always need to be reminded of that. What are some topics you can touch on? Well, you can write song lyrics, which I'm doing here. You can quote favorite movies, or maybe there's an inspirational person, whether it's famous person or someone in your life. Maybe you watch a video and you see someone say something and you just think, wow, that really strikes me, and you write it down. Song lyrics are one of my favorites because I like, if I don't have an idea to add to this, but I want to add to this particular notebook, I can reference song ideas. And sometimes just the words, and sometimes like here, I'm kind of making like a sky, rainbow, I don't know, just kind of having some fun with it and with some colored pencils to get a little bit of art, not just writing. I can also just leave myself very simple notes that I would leave to other people. Think about the kinds of things you would say to your friends, to your loved ones. Like, You've done super hard things. You can handle whatever's coming next. Like, you can trust yourself. You are really great at this specific task. What you say in here and what kind of notes you leave for yourself, there's not a rule. And if what you would find inspiring or what you would like to see is something very detailed and specific, maybe a list, maybe a prompt, maybe it's very private. Perhaps you want to brag, but not for other people to see, just for your own eyes. Get that all in there. And I'm really big on this particular project because I've been in a very dark, low place for a very long time. And finally coming up out of that is the hardest thing I have done in a maybe ever, just because the default is to want to slide back down. But having these notes, having these affirmations, these love letters, all of this work and time put into, let's bottom line this, self-care about myself, for myself, boosting myself up, and just filling my head and my eyes with notes and thoughts and all sorts of things. It can only help. It helps me in the moment by helping me to focus, sometimes even meditate on positive things. And it helps me in the future by seeing the time and love and care I've spent working. Now, here at the end of this video, you're seeing me work in the self-care kit with the stamps and the washi. So yes, you know what? If you want to stamp, if you want to use washi, if you want to reference, I've got some past videos of using different things in your notebooks. Use whatever you want. Get as artistic as you want, as clever as you want. Spend as much time as you want. Or if you need the permission, I will always give it to you. Keep it as simple as you want. Just write the words. You can tell on these different days I have different energy levels. Some days I have the energy for all the little details or getting really fun and like time-consuming technique. Some days I can only simply write a few words with a brush pen, and that's it. They all are welcome here. They are all beautiful. They are all wonderful. And I hope seeing me do my own journal work here has inspired you to perhaps start one of your own or just add this into your existing habits. Thanks so much for visiting my studio and for tuning in. I hope this has helped you. There is the blog post, of course, the PDF download with ideas for things that you might want to do to leave notes for yourself and how you might want to organize that, and more over at Archer and Olive. And of course, all the beautiful supplies that make me want to get up every day and play in my notebooks and do more journaling. Thank you again so much. We'll see you next time.